Next up, at UFC 301, we have Michel Pereira at his new weight class of middleweight taking on Ihor Potieria. This is a fun fight. Michel Pereira has been in fun fights his entire career. And this is going to be another one because Ihor Potieria is also a very fun fighter who is also at his new weight class of middleweight. I think this is Ihor's second fight at middleweight, and this will be Michel's third. And they're meeting in the middle. Michel went up, Ihor went down, but size-wise, they're somewhat similar. Ihor's tall, Michel is very thick, and he has looked better than ever. He has looked better than ever. First of all, he's only 30. Dude looks 40. He's only 30 years old. And he's had quite the career. 40? And I didn't mean that in a negative way. He just looks like a fucking...
He's a fucking beautiful guy.
Yeah, I didn't mean like 40 like he's old and used up. I meant 40 like... That's a good-looking dude. It would make more sense for me that you had a crush on Michel Pereira than Eisman Lucindo. That would make more sense.
Ihor's a good-looking dude, too.
Sure. Michel Pereira has 41 professional fights at 30 years old. It's crazy. He's 30-11. He is 5-0 in his last 5. He is on a nice 7-fight win streak. He's taking on Ihor Potieria, 21-5, but only 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming off his first decision win in the UFC. I mentioned Michel Pereira moving up to middleweight. That's because he struggled to make weight at welterweight. He had missed weight a few times, but the last straw was missing weight against Wonder Boy a couple of pay-per-views back. I think it was last year. Since then, he moved up, and he looks basically exactly the same, but better. Still jacked, didn't soften up at all, which is crazy. He has plenty of speed, plenty of power. He's knocking people out. He just beat Michel Olanjechuk. Ragdolled that dude. Tossed him around, beat him up, finished him. Michel Pereira is a capoeira fighter, that Brazilian dance fighting. He can spin, he can flip, he can kick, he can punch, he can wrestle, he can do all those things, and he can win a decision. People talk about his cardio negatively, and I don't know why. Show me a fight where Michel Pereira absolutely, as I have learned recently, death-gassed. You're not going to find it. Of course he slows down. Look at all that muscle mass he has to carry around. We haven't seen at middleweight. So we haven't seen at middleweight. So maybe cardio's even better or worse. We're not sure.
I bet he gets plenty of cardio.
No. Okay. He's taking on Ihor Potieria. Ihor Potieria is a striker. He's a very good striker. He's got a very loose striking style. He's got solid power, good accuracy, but he can be hittable. He keeps his hands way too low, and he relies on his chin too much. What are we laughing at?
Someone said, was crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. His takedown defense is not great, but he does a really good job of hurting you on the way in. You shoot a takedown, he will throw an uppercut. He will throw a knee. He will do something to make you question if you want to make that entry. Again, he's coming off his first decision win in the UFC over Robert Erceg, where he looked busier and more confident than ever at his new weight class. This is somewhat of a short notice step up for Ihor. It's not crazy short notice, but he is replacing, I forget who, but he is stepping in here. Yeah, can I help you? Like, what the hell?
Well, I stopped because I wanted you to finish your thought.
I am going to finish my thought. I am on the Michel Pereira side. Ihor was scheduled to fight at UFC Saudi Arabia, which is in like a month, something like that. So he was camp adjacent, but not necessarily full-blown in camp. I think Ihor is going to be the more technical striker here, but I don't think it's going to matter. Michel's going to be too fast, have too much power. He can wrestle if he needs to. He's not going to fade after the first round like Ihor will. Michel Pereira should absolutely win this fight. Honestly, the odds make sense to me. What, Jacob? What?
This is, I think, a good question. Let me know in the comments or the chat right now if you think that this or the Shara fight was going to be a harder fight for Ihor.
The Shara fight. Well, this is a harder fight because Michel Pereira
would have been minus 600 versus Ihor. I don't think
so. Because he's unproven and Michel Pereira is proven. Michel Pereira can wrestle, where Shara cannot. That's what makes this a tougher fight. But Shara is dangerous as hell. Both of them were going to beat Ihor. He was losing either way. But Shara was at least going to give him a chance by striking with him the entire time.
Well, there you go. That's a great segue because I think I do agree with you. I actually, when I saw this fight was announced and I saw the odds and stuff, and I'm a Ihor fanatic, but I do kind of like the guy as far as his striking, because if you watch him at 205, he was I honestly think he probably should have stayed at 205. He's going to run into power issues and heavy, wrestlers and stuff like that, but they don't really wrestle that good. And at 205, he was fast. I mean, this dude in the first round boxes, I mean, when he throws those braids in, this dude, it sounds stupid, but he looks like a 205 Sean O'Malley in there. He's a very good striker, especially a very good boxer in the pocket. He's very fast. At 185, he still has that speed, but he doesn't have, quite the same pizzazz, or the advantage, I would say, compared to the 205ers. So I think he's a very good striker. I think his odds were a little bit wide, and I started thinking about it a little bit more. And we talked on the phone as well. And I mentioned, I keep bringing up, is the movement of Michel Pereira. He doesn't get a boxing match with you. So if you're the better boxer, it kind of doesn't fucking matter, because Michel Pereira is never just standing in front of you and boxing you. He is left, he is right, he is in, he is out, he is doing backflips, he is doing cartwheels. He is a hard guy to hit. And Ihor, to his credit, he looked like his cardio is a little bit better in the last fight, but he's not a chase you down for 3 rounds type of cardio volume striker, right? Even in that last fight, he was flat-footed, leaning over the front foot, and just kind of snapping that jab from his hip, right? He was a little bit exhausted, but he was still doing enough to win the moments in that fight. But against Michel, this dude's going to be dancing around, he's going to be sticking, he's going to be moving, and outside of some weird shot for Ihor when he's getting frustrated and he starts throwing heavy, I just don't know how he does win this fight. But I do like the striking of Ihor. But against Michel Pereira, it just honestly doesn't matter, because he's just not there for you to hit. So I got to go Michel Pereira here, and I feel a lot better about it than I did probably a few days ago.
Michel's got a chin. Michel's got cardio. Michel can wrestle. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's good everywhere.
Durable, right?
Yeah, he's durable.
He doesn't quit. Even if he does get tired and this turns into a dogfight, Michel's not going to quit on himself. He's going to keep going.
No, I think it's I mean, the odds reflect all of this. It's not
and this is honestly payback. This is payback for Ihor coming in smoking Shogun and then doing the fucking whatever celebration. They said, right. Okay, Ihor, hey, go to Brazil, go to Rio and fight Michel Pereira for us, sweetheart. Let's go ahead and cash that check in there, sweetheart. Let's go ahead and get in there and take that L for the fans after you showed up fucking Shogun.
That is funny. I completely forgot about that.
On his retirement fight.
You are right. I completely forgot about that. This is payback. Yeah. So we turned down a couple of other very expensive fighters earlier. I think we're starting to hit that value, $9,600. I think Michel is worth that money. He's been finishing people at 185. He can actually wrestle here and finish. I think there's a lot of opportunities for him to cover that $9,600 salary point. And Ihor is a guy that's been finished. So it's not like, he's an insanely durable guy and we're looking for his first finish loss.
Yeah, once he gets over that edge, he's not somebody that goes over the edge and can kind of save himself in a fight. Once he's going over that edge, I mean, there's just no really saving him at that point.
Sure. If you want to unlock the picks, the bets, the round line leans, and literally everything else we do, including the tools, the insight, the artificial intelligence, and more, go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's $10 for an entire month. If you signed up for UFC 300, you're good. This one's included. We're within that month window. $10 for an entire month. Greatest value in this space, period. End of story. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.